Daily fantasy sports is a monster. And one of the biggest questions that people ask is, why do I lose? How did I lose? What were the reasons I lost my tournament or my contest? We're going to get into that right now and give you the reasons, most likely, why you lost your contest. Tony Cutillo, Jason Mezrahi, two guys, successful business guys, successful fantasy sports players. I'm a host at Win Daily. I'm a host at Sirius on the Sirius Win Daily Show. I do a lot of media here at Win Daily. Jason, obviously founder, CEO of Win Daily Sports, author of Win Daily, taking down multiple contests. You see windailysports.com. Make sure you're following us at Win Daily, liking and subscribing to this video. But most importantly, we already talked about how we win at DFS. But here's a question. How do we lose? Why people lose? Why do we lose? Who knows? But Jason, what are the main reasons why people lose in daily fantasy sports?
Similar to your Philly teams, there's better people, there's better players out there, there's better teams out there. People put a lot of work in. Like, you don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize it, that people do this for a living. And people got a lot of tools at their disposal. They got a big bankroll. They enter a ton of lineups, and they treat this like it's their job. They treat this that every single piece of information that they get is an advantage over you. So you got to understand that when you're going in. It's like you're going in trying to beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one contest. It's going to be kind of tough because Jordan's pretty damn good at basketball, and even if he's older than you, he'd probably still beat us both just playing with his left hand right now. So, like, similar to DFS, there's professionals out there, and they're trying to beat you because they want to take your money. Once you get past that point of a lot of people being better than you, then you come into contest selection. And if you just enter one lineup into the Millie Maker where you have the chance to win $1 million on DraftKings or FanDuel, chances are you're not going to win because it's semi like winning the lottery. So, like, going at it every single week trying to win the Millie Maker. Look, I've been playing the Millie Maker for 10 years. Never hit it. Do I think I might hit it one day? I hope so. But, like, I don't go into it thinking I'm going to win it. I hope that things play out right. So contest selection is big. Now, if I enter a single entry contest with 100 people, do I think I can win? Yeah. Do I still win? Probably not. But I'm going to probably cash more times than I don't cash in those kinds of contests. So focus on your contest selection. Once you understand that people are really trying to beat you and take your money, focus on contest selection, then focus on your process, and definitely focus on bankroll management. What's bankroll management? Like, hey, you're playing a season NFL, you have $100 that you've kind of put aside to play daily fantasy sports on DraftKings and FanDuel. Use that $100 wisely and make sure that you'll be around, week 18 or for the playoffs. It's a long season. So allocate $5 a week or $3 a week until you build that bankroll up. So, even if you lose the first 3 weeks, you can cash in week 4 and you're back to square one and you have your $100 or your $1,000, whatever the case may be. So bankroll management is key. Sometimes where I think I don't have my best lineup rolling, those are the times I hit big. Sometimes where I think I have my best lineup around, I've done all this research, I push more money in and I lose it all. So, like, you really don't know when it's going to be your day. So bankroll management, contest selection, and tone. Look, a lot of people put a lot of time in. You got to do it too. Like, you got to be on the game. You don't have to watch every single game, but, like, just pop it in 1 week of the NBA and say, I'm going to go out there and risk a bunch of money and take down an NBA tournament. It's going to be super tough. Like, you want to do this consistently and then consistently have a research process and be available because news breaks. If you got one thing wrong in an NFL lineup, NBA lineup, or MLB, you get stuck in a rainout, there's no chance of you winning. So you have to dedicate the time prior to the game starting, during the game, make adjustments. This is a job. This is something that you're going to put a lot of effort into, and you're risking money. So take it seriously, or just have fun with it. Have no expectations. I'll put a couple dollars in each weekend for NFL or MLB. Enjoy the games, watch the games, And hey, if you win, you win. But don't go on tilt and just throw more money when you're not ready to take that next step. Would be one of the reasons why a lot of people lose money in DFS.
Listen, I completely agree. I think the research thing is the biggest key. And you can hear us on the radio every single weekend on the Win Daily Show. Just search Win Daily on Sirius XM. And Jason will tell you, I'll tell you. I mean, we spend all week researching a 2-hour radio program, right? So, that's the thing. It's just like DFS. Like if you just want to pop in, like Jason say, have fun. Okay, no expectations. That's good. But if you really want to win and you want to ask yourself, why did I lose? Probably you didn't put enough time in. And make sure you get credible research as well. That's why we have expert coaches in our Discord chat at windailysports.com. We have people that live this shit, breathe it every single day, right? That's the most important thing. So make sure that your research is credible. Now, Jason, last point before we get out of here. When we talk about, earlier we talked about novices and beginners in daily fantasy sports and DFS. Now, what those people say is, I'm going up against all these experienced experts. Do I even have a chance? Is that why I lose? And what would you tell those people?
That's not necessarily like it. That's one of the reasons why you may lose, but on any given day, you can beat them. I've been beaten, you've been beaten. People who made more money than us has gotten beaten on any given day. But what's good about DFS, you can take a lot of losses. You can wake up the next day, you can go back out there, and you can win. So as far as them being more advanced than you, they're putting more work in you, they have more experience than you, they answer more lineups than you, they got a bigger bankroll than you. Yes, all those things could be very true on any given slate for any given sport that you're playing, on DraftKings and FanDuel. So know what you're going up against, and just what I would suggest, there are beginner games, on FanDuel and DraftKings where only the beginners can enter. You didn't win enough money, you haven't entered enough contests. Start there. There's free contests. You can kind of paper trade your way through without risking money and say, okay, this is what I got to do. This is the involvement I got to put in. This is the research. This is the strategy that people are going against me with. See what the winning lineups are. See how they're constructed. Each sport is constructed differently. So you have to study not only the game, not only the research process, but also the results, because you'll get little, tidbits of advice by doing all those things, which will make you more successful, over time. But there's so many tools out there. Like when I first started, when DFS first launched, there wasn't any of these tools. So you had to go digging for information. Now there's websites like Win Daily. There's about 20 other websites that give good to great information. At least you have a community trying to help you and just keep you up to date with the news, with load management and injuries and all that kind of good stuff in these sports now. You got to be on top of the news. So make sure you're following the news as well.
Great points. Great points. First video keyword was help. This word is going to be research in this video. So as always, our goal with this DFS Academy is to teach you on how to win DFS and how you cannot lose. You may lose, but we're going to teach you why you shouldn't lose. Okay. So make sure you get that credible research. Tony Cutillo, Jason Mezrahi, windailysports.com. Stay tuned for our next video where we can tell you the differences between FanDuel and DraftKings, lineup optimization, projection models, you name it, and make sure you're following us on windailysports.com.